Hello everyone. In our previous class, we have seen what the the graphs of electric field and electric field versus distance. Today we are going to see electric field due to charge distribution. So now, what is this charge distribution? Till our previous class, we have just seen a point charge Q, which is producing some electric field. From now on, we are going to see what is the charge distribution in an in an object, in a conductor. Let it be circular or let it be rectangular, rod or any cylinder or cone or whatever shape it is. Now we are going to see the charge distribution. Now how do we do that? Electric field due to charge distribution. Now let us take a rectangular rod which has charge, all positive charges in it. Now I have a point P. The distance of this rod is L, capital L, and from the conductor to this, the distance is A. Now the question is, how do you find the electric field at P? Magnitude of electric field at P, we also call this magnitude of electric field as intensity. Now how to find electric field at P? How do we find? In previously what we have done? We have done electric field is equal to this point to that point. We have done kq by r square. So from now on, we are not going to do like that. We have a little bit different procedure how to do it. Now how to do it means, for these types of cases, we are going to consider, suppose this is of L. Now I am going to cut this. I am going to cut this conductor and take this distance as dx. This small element I am going to cut from the whole conductor, this small element, that distance is dx, and from here to the point, the distance is x. From the small element, the small element distance is dx, and from that element to the point it is x. So the next step will be, now can I, from this this element I am considering it as a point charge. From this point charge to this P, what is the formula we have done previously, which is dE. Why I am taking dE means because I have considered a small element dx. For that small element dx, there is a small electric field dE. So small element and small electric field, only for this I am considering. So k q by x square. Distance is x square. So that is your distance. And one more thing, here charge is also not q, it is dq, because all we are considering it as small element. So small distance dx, small charge dq, and small electric field due to this dq is dE. Clear? So this is our electric field. Now how to calculate the electric field over there? Note it down. This is our at point P, and this is our small element dx. From here to here, the distance is x. And yes, the total length is L, and from here to here the distance is A. Now what we do? Now we have considered, we got a formula, dE is equal to k dq by x square. Now this formula is only for this small element. Now what do we do? what we have to do for if I want for the whole metallic rod. Now what should I do? Now we have two types. One is differentiation and other is integration. By the name only we can tell differentiation means all pulling out small, means differentiator considering each element. Integration means we are adding all the small elements. Differentiation means subtracting. We are separating all the elements. Integration means we are adding up, we are totaling. So here I have dx, the next element is also dx, that all dx plus dx plus dx plus dx so on up to infinity to this L. When dx plus dx plus dx is totally equal to L, what we are doing here, we are adding up all of them. So we are going to use integration in this process. Now how to use this integration means, now for suppose now integral dE means this is for only for this element. Now I want for total electric field equal to integral k q dq by x square, k dq by x square. Now what we are going to do here is, now we have again two types of integration. One is definite integration and other one is indefinite integration. Now what is definite? Definite means for suppose this rod length is L, so this is definite, this has some value. Suppose 5 centimeters means we are going to consider from 0 centimeters to 5 centimeters. That is called definite. Indefinite means infinitely long, means no length is given, so we are going to take, we are not going to consider any limits, but here we have considered L, so we are going to take it as definite integration. Now how to do this definite integration means, now I want the electric field from where to where. Suppose this point, starting point is 1 and the ending point is 2, and the distance between this point P is, we have considered it as A. Now I want from point P to the end last point, which is 2. So this distance is A. I have already told this distance is L. The length of the conductor is L. So the small distance is A. This is our A, and the total length is L. So from our starting point is A. From A we are starting, and our ending point is A plus L. So upper limit, already in your class 11 you have known what is integration, definite integration, upper limit and lower limit. So this A is our lower limit, and for A plus L is our upper limit. So integral dE is equal to integral dE is equal to from A to A plus L, total length. So I want the electric field of total, so I am considering A to A plus L, k dq by x square. Now here I have x square, k is constant, k is what is k you already know. No, and dq, what should we do it for dq? Dq, we are going to introduce one new term, which is charge per unit length. Charge per unit length, which we are going to take as lambda. Charge per unit length. Suppose if I want, suppose if I take the length as 5 centimeters. So if I want to know the charge of 1 centimeter, so what do we do? Charge, the amount of charge. Suppose it is here 2 plus charges are there, and suppose if I assume this is 1 centimeter, here it is 1 centimeter. So if I have 2 positive charges, so I am going to write 2q. So 2q by 1 centimeter, that is called lambda. That we are going to introduce it as lambda. So charge per unit length, lambda is equal to q by L. So here we have considered small length, this element, small element dx, and for small charge dq. So here also I am going to change it as lambda is equal to dq by dl. Sorry, dq by dx. So our length of this is dx, right? So I am writing it as dx. Now what happens here is, so I am finally what can I write? Lambda dx is equal to dq. Lambda dx equal to dq. In place of dq, I am writing lambda into dx. So here electric field E is equal to integral a to a plus L k dq. In place of dq, what can I write? Lambda dx. Lambda dx by x square. Note this down. Now the next step is, I hope you can calculate from here. After this, what do you get? Electric field is equal to, and now k is constant and lambda is also constant. So electric field E is equal to k lambda integral a to a plus L 1 by x square dx. You know what is 1 by x square dx? Integration minus 1 by x. So integral, if you want, let me tell you, x power, can I write 1 by x square as x power minus 2? So integration of x power n. We have a formula, integration of x power n is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. If you use and calculate, you are going to get minus 1 by x. So k lambda minus 1 by x, and upper limit a plus L and lower limit a. Now if I calculate, E is equal to electric field k lambda into upper limit minus lower limit. So minus 1 by a plus L minus of lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, minus 1 by a. So this is what you will get. So your last step will be electric field E is equal to k lambda into 1 by a plus 1 by a minus 1 by a plus L. So this is your final electric field of a rod at point P. So this is k lambda into 1 by a minus 1 by a plus L. So this is your electric field. Clear till here? Okay, note this down. And the next one is, these are very important topics for your boards as well as NEET also. So if you don't understand, again replay the video and watch it. And still if you don't understand, write some comments where you did not understand, and I'll try to explain once again. So our next one is, now let us take a semicircle. Now I want a chart at semicircle. Now this is your semicircle. This is your center O and radius R. All the positively charged is distributed here. Right. Now what the question is? I want E net electric field at point O, which is the center. Now how to proceed with this? Before the condition was just a rectangular rod, but now it is a semicircle. Now how to proceed with this? So the first step is, now how to consider a small element. In our previous rectangle we have considered two lines, one just we have taken some distance, but here how to consider a small element. Let us see how to consider. Now this is my semicircle, this is O, point O. Now I am going to take an element. I am going to take an element at angle theta. At angle theta, small element is considered. Small element is considered. Clear? At some angle theta, small element is considered. Now what happens to that small element is this. For suppose this is your small element. This is that element which we have taken. So this is r, the radius is r, and this small length is called dl. Small length which we have taken is dl, and the small angle becomes d theta. Small angle becomes d theta, small length is dl, and this is our radius r, and the charge present inside is dq. Charge present inside is dq. Clear? Small length dl, which is this part, and this is your radius, and the small angle is d theta, and the small charge is dq. Clear? Now let us do it in this. This is your theta. Now wherever you find, you are going to find an angle. For there, then here your electric field will be in this direction, right? dE, away from the point. Your small electric field dE will be away from O. If you consider this point, this is positively charged, and this will be in this direction, downwards direction. Okay. Now, if this is theta, this will also be theta, right? If this is theta, this is also theta. Now, wherever you are going to find angle, there you have to do resolution of vectors. You know what is the resolution of vectors? So this will become dE cos theta, and this is going to become dE sin theta. Towards the angle it is dE cos theta, and perpendicular to that it is dE sin theta. Now we have considered this side. Now for suppose in the same diagram, now this is the part we have considered as d theta. Now suppose if I assume this as this became dE sin theta, and this is dE cos theta, and this is our dE. For this dE we have resolved two components. One is dE cos theta and another is dE sin theta. Now if I place a mirror in the middle, mirror or whatever term you can also consider, this is the first quadrant and this is your second quadrant. Now for suppose if I place a mirror in between, we have the same element here also. Now what we are doing in this question, we are going to consider the electric field of the whole semicircle. So at this point I have taken one quarter, and for this part also we have the same thing, right? If I put a mirror, there will be same mirror image. So if this becomes theta, so here the electric field will be in this direction. Let us take dE dash. Here we have our previous small element. I have put a mirror inside in the middle. What will happen? I will get a mirror image. The same element I am going to get in the opposite side also. So if this angle is theta, this even the angle for your electric field is also theta, right? Now again I have to resolve it into components. So towards the angle it will become dE dash cos theta, and here downwards it will be again dE dash sin theta. Now what you can see here is dE cos theta and dE dash cos theta gets balanced because they are in opposite in direction, so they both get cancelled. dE dash cos theta and dE sin theta get cancelled. Only what is left? dE sin theta and dE dash sin theta are both in same direction, which get added. They are opposite, they get cancelled. Here both are in same direction, so they get added up. Clear? So this is your resolution for this small element. Note it down. So what is the E net here? So E net is equal to, finally what you get, E net is equal to dE sin theta, dE sin theta. So why did dE cos theta did not come? Because dE dash cos theta and dE cos theta got cancelled. That is why we are left only with dE sin theta. Now I am applying integration on both sides. Integration on both sides. Why I have taken integration? Because I want to get the value of whole semicircle. So integration. So integral E net is equal to integral dE sin theta. Now I don't know the value of dE. Now what is the value of dE? dE is equal to k cube by r square. dE value is k cube by k cube. So we have taken here small element. So wherever you are going to consider small element, you are going to take k dq by r square. K dq by r square. Now what happens here? Now substitute this here in place of dE. So integral E is equal to integral k dq by, sorry, in place of d, yeah, k dq by r square into sin theta. So this is your, from here we have to solve. So how are we going to solve this? Now here E is equal to integral dE. So this is E. So what you get here, k by r square is your constant. K by r square is constant. So what you are left, dq sin theta. dq sin theta. Now what I have told already, this part which you have considered a small element, this part is r, this is d theta, and this is dl. This is dl. So according to math, we have a formula for an arc. What is the formula is dl is equal to r d theta. dl is equal to r dl. This length is equal to product of radius and the angle. Clear? So the next step is, in our previous we have considered charge per unit length, which is lambda. Lambda here is equal to dq by dl. What is dl here? dl is r d theta. So lambda is equal to dq by r d theta. So dq is equal to, finally dq is equal to lambda r d theta. So this value you are going to substitute here. This value you are going to substitute in this. So let us see what we are going to get after that. Note it down. Each and every step is important. If you even miss one step also, you won't understand the whole derivation. Now if we substitute, what do we get? E is equal to k by r square integral dq. We are going to substitute that. So lambda r d theta into sin theta. So finally what, and one more thing here, for that arc what we have seen, so here let us see, k by r square, here again lambda and r both are constant, r into integral sin theta d theta is equal to r square. This is r square. So 1 r gets cancelled. So k lambda by r integral sin theta d theta. Now in our what is the angle in a semicircle? 180 degrees. Angle in a semicircle is 180 degrees, and in a full circle it is 360 degrees. So from the least angle is 0. The least angle is 0 and the highest angle is 180. So our limits will be 0 to pi. Pi means 180. So what do we get? K lambda by r. For cos theta, integral sin theta d theta. What is integral sin theta d theta? It is minus cos theta. Limits are from 0 to pi. So your final answer will be K lambda by r into minus cos pi minus of minus cos 0. So after you solve this, what do you get? What is cos pi? What is cos pi? Is equal to E is equal to K lambda by r into cos pi is minus 1. Minus 1 of minus 1. Minus of minus 1. Here it is again, here also minus cos 0 is 1. Again you have minus 1. So it will be plus 1. So what you will get finally? E is equal to 1 plus 1. Minus into minus plus. So 1 plus 1. 2. So finally you get 2k lambda by r. This is your final answer. And if you want to convert this lambda also, what is the how do you convert lambda? I told you charge by length. Now what is the length for the semicircle? Total circumference of a semicircle is total circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So semicircle pi r. So lambda is equal to Q by pi r. So what do you get? Pi r. So finally E is equal to 2k into lambda. Lambda, what is lambda? Q by pi r square. So this is your final answer for your semicircle of an electric field at the center. This is your final answer. Clear? Any doubts? Put it in the comment section. For today we'll stop it here, and tomorrow we are going to see some more shapes, and we'll continue with the topic. Thank you.